just in terms of a timestamp, just because it's pretty. Sorry, people. Yeah, like you can see, to recap, if those of some of you are coming back in right now, Sky Sports has said Arsenal are in advanced talks with Brighton over the signing of Ben White. Sky Sports News reported Arsenal had a 40 million bid rejected last week, and discussions are continuing over a deal that could be worth in excess of 50 million. So again, Sky Sports, Athletic, and obviously my man Aiden, they're all saying different things. He said the bid's been accepted. Obviously, I'm going to go with him and the Athletic because them man there said it first. Everyone else is probably adding their own little spin. You know, when you're in school and your mate gives you your homework and you have to change it up and remix a couple words and sentences. I think this is what Sky Sports are doing. Personal terms are not expected to be a problem as all parties are hopeful a deal can be completed. White, who is predominantly a centre-back, can also provide cover in midfield. He made 36 Premier League appearances for Brighton last season after spending the season prior to that at Leeds. He impressed as Brighton survived relegation and finished 16th in the Premier League with a joint best defence in the bottom half of the league as they conceded 46 goals. I'm going to stop right there, people, because for me, big up Ben White. All I hear is good things. I think he's got potential. He can't control his price tag. Whether Arteta helps him realize his potential is another thing. But this is the thing. If it goes tits up, you can't expect him to change the defense. He is not the single reason that Brighton, like some of you have been kind of harsh to him and said he's not even the best defender at Brighton. Brighton have a unit to defend. Same way we're third for clean sheets and we've improved defensively. We need to up that because we can't sit here and go, oh, he's in the joint best defense in the bottom half of the league. They conceded 46 goals and think he's going to change anything. You know, he can only be as good as the system. You know, Ben White can only, sorry, I'm so excited. Ben White can only be as good as Arteta's system. That's what I would say, folks. But going back to this, you know, we can't just look at that and say that, well, they've conceded 46 goals, he's going to do a madness. It's like expecting Thomas Partey just because he's been part of that Atletico thing to lock it down. We all know he earned his first cap in May, call up in May. He's been in the provisional squad in the Euros. Injury meant he was called up. Maybe, ironically, if Trent never got injured, he'd probably be an Arsenal player by now. Might maybe see more progress. Apparently, Arsenal are meanwhile in talks with Roma over the sale of Xhaka, you know, who's still in the Euros. You know, you'd have Xhaka, Mavropanos' loan with an option to buy, but Xhaka, Mavropanos leaving, Guendouzi, Torreira, surely them man they have to follow suit. There's still a small gap in valuation with what it said in Xhaka, and it's spoken about Guendouzi. Apparently, Arsenal are also in positive talks with Anderlecht over the signing of midfielder Albert Sambi Lokonga. Now, obviously, we need to be a bit more, you know, we need to allow time for these things to be done and the rest of it. And one has to wonder how stretched is Arsenal's resources because you're hearing Xhaka's close, Lokonga's close, White is close. Obviously, you can do this all over the phone and that, but our resources everywhere and only certain man. So only, you know, a lot of people can probably be involved in it in the team, but I'm pretty sure Edu, these guys, these are the signatures that need to be on paper. These are the I's that need to be dotted and T's that need to be crossed. So maybe this is why when you're trying to do a lot, this is why it might not appear that there's a lot of motion. I always tell you, look, when silence is there, it should be golden. So yeah, apparently a fee is yet to be agreed in relation to the Belgium under-21 international. Spoken about a knock-on effect, people. A couple of players at Arsenal could be affected. Mavropanos, well, he's gone to Stuttgart now already. The other player who could be impacted is Saliba, who joined from St. Etienne in the summer of 2019. We know he's went out on loan. But apparently my information is that by the time preseason starts, Saliba would have had talks with Arsenal hierarchy to discuss whether it's best to remain at the club next season, to go out on loan, or to move permanently out of Arsenal. I don't think we want to sell him. I don't think Saliba wants to leave, but I just think he's open to leaving because he feels like he's been brought here under false pretenses. And, you know, obviously the structure has changed since he was brought in. You know, there's different people at the club at all levels. If White joins, there will be quite a lot of players in front of him. So there'll be discussions over how best to serve the player. He could move down the pecking order. Ramsdale interest suggests defensive priority. Well, bro, we ain't got a keeper, man. As you lot know, Arsenal had the first best defensive record in the Premier League, conceding just 39 goals across 36 games. But apparently we're interested in Ramsdale. So it's gone. We do look light at centre back. Hopefully Saliba's there. I'm not gonna. Let's not. Ramsdale. If it happens, isn't it, people? But it is what it is. So there's that. Put that 3-9. Is what it is, people. It's sounding promising. Where are we at in terms of likes? Are we at 800 yet? Massive. Pause. Hey, let's move towards 900 now, man. That's amazing, people. Whether I'll be here for 900 is a madness. Saliba is ahead of him right now, man. And this is what I mean about the record is doing too much because, 13 losses. There's way too much being done. White's age is also a good factor, good resale value if he turns into a good centre-back. I'd rather have Maddison for the same reason as he's younger and good value for the future. Smash the like button, people. Boom, 800 likes. Up the likes, people, and subscribe the new viewers. Ben White is good, but isn't worth 50 million. Can't even get into the England team. Technically, he can. He's in the squad. White is a baller. We play out the back and get